Okay, team, let's get started. We need to plan the Palm Sunday Spectacular. I want this show to explain why we celebrate Palm Sunday and cover the mission and miracles of Jesus leading up to Easter.
Okay, boss. I'm thinking we start with a big dance number to get the audience pumped up.
And I'm thinking we have live animals on stage, like a donkey, to really bring the story to life.
No. This is not a circus. We need to stay focused on the message of the show. But we do need a musical act. You get started on that.
Sorry, boss. No circus. Stay focused. What do you suggest we do then?
Well, I was thinking we start with why we're here. Palm Sunday marks the triumphant entry of Jesus into Jerusalem at the start of the Holy Week. It's the beginning of a dramatic series of events that leads up to the death and resurrection of Christ.
Well, I'm just glad to be done with the season of Lent.
What was that you just said?
Come on, it's the season of Lent. It's the 40 days before Easter, marking Jesus' experience in the wilderness. He spent time fasting and praying and was tempted by the devil. We celebrate by giving up something important to us and spending that time cleaning out our dryers to be sure that there isn't an accidental fire. The season of Lent is all about clearing out our souls and our lint traps.
Okay. About half of what you said was dead on. And the other half is actually the craziest thing I've ever heard. It's the season of Lent with an E. And we do spend that time fasting and praying. And it's good to regularly clean out your lint trap, but the two have nothing to do with each other.
Wait, but then why have I been carrying this around for 33 days?
I have no idea. And I'm sure no one told you to do that. Okay, so we'll mention Lent with an E. But how can we incorporate the miracles of Jesus leading up to Easter? What do you guys have in mind?
Ooh, what about the miracle where Jesus turned water into wine at the wedding feast?
Ooh, yeah, that could be cool. We could have a big dance number with lots of wine glasses clinking.
I don't know, guys. That might be a little too irreverent.
Okay, how about the miracle where Jesus calmed the storm on the Sea of Galilee?
Ah, yes, that's a good one. We can use it to highlight Jesus' power and authority.
And we can have special effects like rain and lightning to really make the storm feel real.
One day when Jesus was teaching a large crowd, he saw a boat on the edge of the lake. So he got in it and laid down to take a nap.
The disciples came running after him, shouting, and they pushed and shoved their way into the boat. The boat was so full that they began to creak and groan as it moved out into the middle of the lake. Suddenly, a storm appeared.
The wind and waves tossed the boat back and forth like a toy. 3 giant waves came out of nowhere and crashed into the boat, causing the disciples to stumble around,
looking so silly. Meanwhile, Jesus was in such deep sleep that he began to snore like an old man asleep on the bus.
Just as the disciples were regaining their footing, a strong wind came and blew them down, causing them to roll from one side of the boat to the other. The boat creaked and groaned as Jesus went right on snoring.
Finally, the disciples screamed in unison. The disciples took one look at the murky water and giant waves and screamed,
Jesus woke up calmly, stood in the boat, and put his hands in the air. Immediately, the wind and the waves went flat.
and all was calm. Then Jesus turned to the disciples, who were all frozen in fear, staring at him with wide eyes and jaws dropped. Jesus said,
"Are you so afraid?"
The disciples looked at each other and said,
"What kind of man is this?"
Even the wind and the waves obey him.
Jesus said,
You think that's good? You should see what I will escape.
and then the disciples decided to follow him and find out.
Okay, I've been doing some math in my head, and to make this scene work, we'll need to flood the stage and set up the first 3 rows as a splash zone.
I'm pretty sure Pastor Annette will have some issues with that. Let's put a pin in that idea. Where are we on our musical act?
Ooh, I got this great group that I think would just be amazing. They're kind of young, but I think of them as being really underground. Here's a clip.
Yes, what an extraordinary talent. Are they available? When can they be here?
Looks like scheduling might be a bit tough because half the group has the sniffles and the other half have important nap time commitments.
Ah, yes. Let's keep looking for options.
Do we even have a budget for this production?
Actually, yes. We were approached by a very interesting businessman who agreed to underwrite the whole thing,
Oh, wow. How generous.
as well as we show his commercial before the show. It's a little out there.
My name is Ruben Gonzalez, local heartthrob and TV legend, and when I saw Jesus ride into town on the back of a donkey, I thought, I gotta start selling these things. That's why I opened Ruben's Discount Donkeys.
Donkeys, donkeys, donkeys.
Here at Ruben's Discount Donkeys, we've got most incredible selection of pre-owned, fuel-efficient, certified organic donkeys you've ever seen. These bad boys are perfect for travel, city travel, highway travel, or just a triumphant entry into Jerusalem.
Donkeys, donkeys, donkeys.
We got every make and model of these beautiful boys, including gray, grumpy, different gray. Some people say donkeys smell bad, but I don't know what they're talking about. Smells like savings to me. Our donkeys are family friendly, environmentally friendly, wallet friendly. You won't find a better deal on 4 legs anywhere else.
Donkeys, donkeys, donkeys.
They'll crown you king of deals when you buy one of our discount donkeys. Donkeys, donkeys, donkeys. But wait, there's more. If you act now, I'll even throw in a free palm branch. So come down to Reuben's Discount Donkeys on Route 1 between the giant sand dune and the second palm tree on the left. Don't be a donkey. Buy a donkey today.
Donkeys, donkeys, donkeys.
Well, it's definitely a little out there.
I love it.
Anyway, back to the show. We need to showcase another miracle. What do you have?
Okay, I have a fresh new angle on potentially the biggest miracle of Christ.
Whoa, that's the excitement I'm looking for. Lay it on me. What do you have?
It's the feeding of the 5,000, but with babies.
Okay, kids, come on in, grab a seat, just sit down right here in front. Everybody, come on in. Okay, today we're going to learn about Jesus who fed 5,000 people. It's in the gospel, and we're going to read that story. I'm sorry, what did you say? Did they have puppies and kittens there? Yeah, I'm sure they probably did. How many? Gosh, probably like 100 maybe or so, 100 puppies and kittens. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna read the story from the Bible, and then I want you all to help me act it out. Is that okay? Yay! Are y'all ready? Okay, we ready to read? Okay, let's do it. When Jesus heard what had happened, he withdrew by boat privately to a solitary place. Hearing of this, the crowds followed him on foot from the towns. Okay, well, you can scoot over on your knees too. That's fine. Yeah, good job. When Jesus landed and saw a large crowd, he had compassion on them and healed their sick. As evening approached, the disciples came to him and said, "Hey, Juliet, do you want to help me with the disciple part?"
This is a remote place. And it's getting late. Send the clothes away. They can go home and get some food.
And Sophie, do you want to do Jesus's part?
That isn't necessary. You feed them. We only have 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. Leave them here.
I'm pretty sure Jesus used real fish, okay? But if you want to use goldfish crackers, that's fine. That looks pretty good. And he directed the people to sit down on the grass. Taking the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, and looking up to heaven, he gave thanks and broke the loaves. Then he gave them to the disciples, and the disciples gave them to the people. They all ate and were satisfied. Oh, hold on. No, take that out of your mouth. No, just spit it out right there. Right, good job. Okay, good. And the disciples picked up 12 baskets of broken pieces that were left over. The number of those who ate was about 5,000 men, besides women and children. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, very good jumping. You're a good jumper. Okay. I don't think we're going to find any jumping in the story, but that's okay. Don't worry about it.
Wow, was that really 5,000 babies?
Yep, exactly 5,000.
It's amazing. Let's put in the show. Where are we on our musical act?
I've got a really unique option. It's the Suntree United Sock Puppet Choir, led by the world-famous Dr. Robert Lambchop.
Okay, this is the strangest suggestion yet. Roll the clip, I guess.
So, do we have the gig?
I'm afraid we need something a bit more serious. Maybe with less googly eyes?
Yes, I understand. By the way, are you planning to eat that?
No, I wasn't planning on it.
Do you mind?
Go for it.
Okay, let's get serious here. We need to go back to the basics. Good versus evil. I mean, our star is the Son of God. There's got to be a good villain out there.
I mean, I've got one idea.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, saints and sinners, welcome to the ultimate celestial showdown. Tonight in the divine boxing ring, the battle of the ages will take place. It's a grudge match that has been brewing since the dawn of time, or at least since the New Testament. In one corner we have the Son of God, the miracle worker, the Savior of mankind, Jesus Christ. And in the other corner is leafy nemesis, the curiously cursed, the leafy underdog, symbol of Israel, the bearer of the forbidden fruit, the fig tree. Get ready for the ultimate battle of redemption and vegetation.
Are you ready to be humble?
And they're off. Jesus starts strong, floating like a butterfly and stinging like a bee. His footwork is nothing short of miraculous. The fig tree, rooted firmly in place, looks unfazed by the challenge. Jesus, wasting no time, unleashing a barrage of holy jabs at the tree. But the fig tree isn't going down without a fight, retaliating with a shower of leaves and figs, sending Jesus into a frenzy of dodges and ducks. You could say that Jesus is really turning the other cheek here, but the fig tree is showing its fruits of perseverance. Jesus lands a left hook. The fig tree responds with a flurry of leaves to the face. It's a real battle of the branches here, folks. And oh, the fig tree has been knocked out cold. I guess he wasn't ripe for this fight after all. Well, there you have it, folks. Jesus reigns supreme in the boxing ring. Tune in next time for another divine matchup.
So, why was Jesus so mad at that fig tree?
Gospel scholars have a lot of thoughts on this scripture. Some call it a metaphor on the lack of fruit produced by the tree and are called to work diligently in service to others. Some think maybe Jesus was just allergic. It's hard to say.
I think we need to get away from these simple skits and create a real experience. If we combine the magic of theater with the luxury of enjoying a meal, it would be something brand new, never done before.
A quick Google search tells me that what you're describing is called dinner theater, and it's neither magical or luxurious.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm thinking we use this to highlight the significance of the Last Supper. It's where Jesus had his last meal with his disciples before his arrest and crucifixion.
And it's where he shared the bread and wine, symbolizing his body and blood.
So we could have a small reenactment of the Last Supper with Jesus and his disciples sitting around a table sharing bread and wine?
I mean, that's fine, but what if we found a way to involve everyone? Someone who could, with Jesus and his disciples sitting around a table. What if we had someone who could explain the purpose of the meal and then invite us all to eat together?
Wait, I have a pastor friend who could possibly help us out with that. Let me give them a call.
Hey there. Oh, how are you? Okay. Yeah, I would love to come and talk about the Lord's Supper. Okay, like now. Okay, well, I guess I better come right over. All right, I'll be right there. Bye.
that fast and even a quick change of clothes, right? Not bad, not bad. We pastors have many talents. So let me